Thank you for your patience. It's 2020, so that's a magical time. You may have watched my short video already. This is a trial. This is a pilot episode of Your Unseen Team Messages Revealed. And so I'm trusting in the magic. We're going to trust in source again. And let's just tune into what the message is of 2020, because that's when I started this live again. So I've got the angel numbers here. There's an opportunity for you to strengthen your connection with others. The energies of forgiveness and compassion are surrounding both personal and professional relationships. Well, there you go. That's perfect. So that's my team saying they're forgiving me for I'm learning as we go. We're learning as we go. So as I said in the previous message, the previous broadcast, if you saw that, I'm Gwen Dixon from Living Your Best Life Coaching. I'm an empowerment coach, a soul purpose activator, and pretty magical, all-round magical being who works in partnership with Source, who works in partnership with my unseen team, my soul family, the collective consciousness, and I'm responding to a request sent out by your collective consciousness, whether you consciously in your mind did that or whether you subconsciously, and I'm getting a yes for that, and that's one of my phrases, one of my Gwenny-isms, is I'm getting a yes for that. So your energy has sent out a request for me to shift up what I usually do, for me to play, for me to send out my message wider, and for that to reach you. So whether you find me and join me live, whether you find me and join me later, it's all in perfect divine timing. And it's all about trust, and it's all about play. Play is a big part of my process. Play is a big part, and you can see I'm getting a yes for that, a full body yes for that. Play is a big part of my energetic mastery and my makeup, my make and model. And so we have 8 cards here that have already been chosen collectively. You have already tuned into your message, and some of you have already requested it. And if you're just watching this live now or watching this on replay, trust me, you've already been part of this. You have already requested your message. You've already tuned in with your message, whether, again, you know that or not. And so you will do that in the course of watching this short video. So what happened before was I tried to respond to a comment on Facebook and managed to fall off air. So I'm just going to tell them that I'm here. If they can come and find me now, that would be amazing. But I'm not going to try and do it any other ways because, like I say, it's all learning. It's all there's no such thing as failure. It's all learning and feedback, and it's all magic. So let's trust in that, and I can share the replay there afterwards. So with that energy of creation and co-creation, and so before I actually say this, what I'm using here is and they're asking me to tell you this as well, that's helping me to tune into these messages and helping me to share with you, as I've had a really magical day today, and I've been having a magical week since I set the intention. I set the intention a while ago, but I set the intention again this week with my Flip the Script collective, because we're here to flip the script and what's possible. We're here to flip the script energetically. We're here to flip the script internally, externally, all the ways. So I have a small membership collective, and we're in our collective. We met up this week and we set a dot of intention for manifestation, and we wanted to manifest some magic. And my intention was to broadcast on a wider scale, and was to play and have fun and to work with my team in different ways. So I've been doing that all this week, and a lot of things have been flowing through for me today. So this is what helped me, and give me a yes for that as well. This is what helped me make the decision to try something different tonight, to have a play, and to co-create that energy. And just one of the messages, and one of the many ways, the myriad of ways, in fact, that have came through to me today, that I've received today, and knew that this was the right thing to do, was and working with a client this week who's had a few extra special messages to give me a yes for that as well. She helped me co-create this experience, and in helping her, I came to this message today, which is received through listening to someone else channeling their collective energy and channeling Jesus and his love and his divine love and that everlasting, eternal, limitless love, that perpetual love that we are all part of, we are all capable of tuning into and all capable of receiving from and co-creating with. And so with that, it helped me connect with this short passage, not in the Bible as that person was doing, but in my mum's hymn book. And this is very precious to me. As you can see, it's a bit tattered and battered, and that makes it all the more precious. It makes it all the more special because it's got my mum's writing in it. It's got her name and her previous address. In fact, both of our previous addresses. Where I lived when I was born and where I lived most of my adult life before I moved out into my own home. So with that special reunion and with that special connection and that loop, if you like, that eternal loop and that spiral, let me share this again with you. And it helps us to align our energy, to align our nervous system, to relax and to receive the message and to widen our field and to widen our gaze, should we say, to broaden our horizons and do that collectively. So just settle in. So let's just clasp our hands together. But it is a short prayer. It's a short two verse hymn, if you like, but it's based on a poem. It's based on a poem for children, and it's a really short message. So just breathing in and connecting in with your magic, connecting in with your inner being, connecting in with your higher self, with your unseen team, with your soul family, and feeling that eternal love. So you may wish to place your hands on your heart, and possibly one hand on your heart and one hand below on your solar plexus, your hope vortex. And connecting in with that energy and connecting in with that ease and flow and balance. And also trusting, placing a hand on your throat. Well, this is where our trust vortex is, and switching on that trust that you have asked for and received this message already. You're receiving this message now because you've asked for it and because you've received it. And as I've opened my eyes, Marie has came to join me. So hello, Marie. You're always the tech queen. So I trusted and opened my eyes and there you were. So there I've manifested you. So there's some manifesting magic. So join me now in this short prayer, this short attunement, should we say. And it says, God who put the stars in space, who made the world we share, in his making made a place for me and put me here. Thank you, God, for stars in space. So we're getting a yes for that. Loves it, we're thanking him. And for the world we share, thank you for my special place to love and serve you here. And how perfect was that? And as I say, that was inspired. It came from spirit, and inspiration comes from spirit. And it's this bookmark here says, I'm inspired and therefore I inspire. And we all have the ability to do that. And that's the message for today, is that we can all inspire and be inspired and receive from spirit. So just like Marie, who's found me and joined me here live and is co-creating with me here live, we're all co-creating with spirit. We're all co-creating with our unseen team. And that's what we're manifesting. That's the miracles, the evidence that we see around us all the time. So without further ado, let's go into, excuse me, I'm going to take a little drink. Let's go into the cards that we've all chosen already. And thank you for persevering and finding me, Marie. And I'm trusting that those who are meant to see this message will see it afterwards as well. So card number 1, and you can put in the comments which cards you chose, because I think you chose a couple and you might need to go to Facebook and check what they were to recall that, but we trust that you'll get the message that you need to receive. So we've got 8 cards here. So if you're just watching this, if you've found this now and we've got the cards that are here from the Secret Language of Colour by Ina Segal. So they're beautiful cards that we've played with and worked with many times before. And I have capabilities around colour, light and sound with Enigma Energy. It was 3 and 6, brilliant. So we'll get to those shortly. So we are tuning into colour. I'm actually tuning in, I'm wearing green, which is the colour of your love vortex, your heart chakra, and it's the colour of creation. And I have a little green heart here as well that's been protecting and energising the cards while we're waiting to come on live. So card number 1, for those of you that chose card number 1, is red. And red says, free yourself from pain. And it's also the energy of number 2. So I am going to refer back to my beautiful Angel Numbers book and get the number for that in a second. But number 2 is energy of connection. It's the energy of union. It's the energy of harmony, of co-creation. Just like and they give me a yes for that. Just like the little, it's a hymn. It's a very, very short hymn. It's a hymn. It's a poem. It's a prayer. Whatever you want it to be. And it's that union and that harmony. And like they say, that co-creation and collaboration with spirit. That's really what the energy of 2 is about. And I'll check it in a second with the Angel Numbers book. And when we do that, that's how we free ourselves from pain. We don't free ourselves from pain by having to do it all on our own, by having to, and they give me a huge yes for that, by doing it alone. We do it by co-creating. We do it by reaching out. We do it by asking. So I said when I came on, when I started this broadcast, I said that you asked and it is given, that you asked and I answered. And so that's that co-creation, that's that union, that's that energy of 2 as well. And so when we ask and we hand it over, so Marie, I know that you're live here and I know that you have some difficulties, you have some physical challenges, you have some, you've expressed that you have, some disabilities, if you like, and that's brought a lot of pain for you energetically, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. However, you have chosen to join the Flip the Script Collective. You've chosen to step up and make a commitment, to make a covenant, if you like, with spirit, with your unseen team, with your soul family. And in that reunion, that's what helps you to free yourself from pain on all levels, as I say, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And physically comes not last, but in that order, because it's like they all come together. And Marie's saying yes, and she's giving me some hands up. So it's like you can do it on all levels. You don't have to try and do it like, well, I need to go to a doctor for this, and I need to go to which doctor for that, or whatever. You connect with spirit, you connect with your unseen team, you connect with your soul family, your higher self, and your guides. And that's how you free yourself from pain, not by doing it alone, but by reaching out and co-creating with that as well. So the Angel Number says there are opportunities for connection and union at this time. Relationship growth is imminent. So it's that relationship with yourself and with spirit and with trust. And again, I can see that somebody is, in fact, Marie, perhaps you could help me out here, and as you're here, and be my glamorous assistant, because I see Jenny's commenting on Facebook that she can't find us. So could you possibly share the link again, or see if you can help her to come and find us, but without me losing you? If you're able to do that and multitask, that would be amazing. If not, don't worry, because we know that we trust that everyone who's meant to get the message will receive it at the right time and exactly the right time for them. So we'll just flow that energy, flow that trust, flow that magic, and we'll trust in that and that kind of union. So we'll ask spirit to take care of that. And if you can help as well on the physical plane, that would really help. So that's card number 1 for anyone who chose card number 1. And you'll see again how all of these cards play together and how they create a beautiful rainbow of energy, a beautiful full spectrum of colour, light and sound energy. So card number 2 is orange, and we've got these beautiful flames here and these vibrant, it's like that fire in your belly kind of reminiscent, isn't it? It's like it's the inside of a flower, but also it's like the inside of you, the passion, the creativity that lives within you and lives within all of us. And I'm saying you, whether you're here or whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on replay, you have that creativity as well. And again, I had a client today who, not today, this week, and today as well, a client that I've been working with this week in an immersive, who said, as we all do, oh, thank you, Marie. Marie's gone off to go and bring some other people in. So thank you very much for being my physical assistant. And I'm sure she'll be back on in a second. So really appreciate you doing that. So card number 2 is the energy of nurturing yourself, which again is very powerful, important, and practical in terms with this freeing yourself from pain as well. To free yourself from pain, you need to nurture yourself. You need to look after yourself. Thank you very much for doing that. I really appreciate you. I saw that you'd sent out that message, so that's amazing. Thank you. So this is about nurturing yourself. So again, a perfect message, as I say, to go with the card number 1. And, nurturing yourself means, again, like we said in the first one, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. So yes, nurturing yourself is about feeding yourself, healthy foods, things that are good for you. It's also about allowing things in your feed, in your, I was going to say your AI feed, in your algorithm, in your, your social media, whether it's magazines or books that you pick up, whether it's TV programs that you watch, whether it's radio shows that you listen to, all the things that are being broadcast to us that we are receiving, and give me a yes for that, on a, on a constant basis, on a massive basis. And it's like a, excuse me, it can be an overwhelming basis as well when we are receiving that. It's not always good for us. It's not always nurturing. It's not always, positive. It's not always uplifting. So we need to nurture ourselves, not just by feeding ourselves, but allowing the right things to come into our feed, and sometimes allowing ourselves to block them out, or to limit them, or to turn off the notifications, or any of these sort of things, so that I think Marie's now multitasking and being in 2 places at once, answering other people's messages to try and get them on here. So I really appreciate that. It's slightly distracting, but this is what we're talking about, is that when we have that ability to, which those of you who are watching this as well, you have the ability to be your energy can be everything, everywhere, all at once. You have a massive capability and capacity for, not, we often talk about ADHD as, attention deficit. Actually, we have an attention surplus, and we have the ability to multitask and be everything. In fact, we need to multitask, and for our energy and our attention to be on many, many things at once. However, what we want to do is focus. We want to bring our focus in onto the things that are nurturing for us, and the things that fan the flames of our passion and our creativity. And what I started saying earlier on, you're back. Thank you so much. I was just saying how we have that ability to have to multitask and have our attention here, there, and everywhere. And it's magical, but it's also exhausting. So in order to nurture ourselves, we need to sometimes have that focus. Yes, as we know, some days we can be everything everywhere all at once, and we can juggle it all and spin all the plates, and it's amazing. And other days it's like, I've just got to focus on me. I've just got to do what's good for me. It's a rest day. It's a recalibration. It's a receiving and just being kind to myself day, So we've got to know our own make and model, and know, oh yeah, this is the type of day when I can do that, and it supports me, and it feeds me, and it's amazing, and I feel like I can change the world. And then some days we're like, oh, I'm exhausted because I did all that yesterday. So we've got to do, nurture ourselves in that way as well. So let's see what the number is for this one, and it's 16. And you are being invited to upgrade your choices and move toward experiences that support your joy and purpose. Let go and move forward. And that's exactly what we're doing. So, and that's exactly what will nurture you. So when you follow the principle of love for you first, and again, as soon as I said that, we got the big hit, we got the big bodily yes. When you can tune into what is a yes for you. So if you have to ask to begin with, you might want to, if, say, like yourself, you want, and like a lot of us at this time of year, we're currently recording this in January 2026, mid-January 2026. If you need to nurture yourself, you want to get healthier, you want to eat healthier, lose weight, be healthier, in some sort of a way, or be more physically fit, or mentally, spiritually, whatever the intention is. You need to, as I say, choose those things, and those, not just the food. You need to choose the things that are love for you first. Make choices from the principle of love for you first, and do those things that are nurturing to your soul as well as to your physical body and everything else as well. And let go of anything that's not that, and move forward. So, funnily enough, I went to the charity shop today, and where are my little purchases that I got today? They are here. So I've got a couple of things that help you to do that as well, or can help me and help me to help you. So one of them is moan and move on, so that you can do that. You can scribble it out, and you can, tear it up. And the other one is having a plan of attack, and deciding on things. Is it important and urgent? Is it important but not urgent? Is it not important but urgent, or not important and not urgent? And so you can, write things down, and then that gets it out of your head, and that's really nurturing for you as well. So when you set your Rapture activating system to look for the things that are nurturing for you, that can help you to make those decisions that are love for me first. That can help you to make those good decisions. So card number 2 is orange. So we can see how we are stacking up the information here. We're stacking up the helpful tools and tips as well. So card number 3 is yellow. And I feel like I want to sing, but probably better not, because, I'm not sure if that's allowed. I don't want to get cancelled on my first time of doing this. So, there's a song about that, and we receive through song, we receive our guidance through, many things, like music, radio, TV. We're broadcasting our energy. We're a receiver and a transmitter. We're putting our energy out, and the universe is responding to us, is replying back to us. So and I know that you guys you love that picture. Yeah, and actually when you look at that picture, it's like the inside of a crocus. So as an artist, you'll see that as well. And also, you think about the inside of a crocus, like it's the saffron. It's more precious than gold. It's worth more than gold. And this one says, purify your body. And I said it was all yellow too. So perhaps you, in order to purify your body, you need to kind of eat the rainbow, taste the rainbow, but perhaps your body needs yellow things. So it might be, if you're making a decision about what to eat, or you're making a decision about what to buy, what to consume, as I say, on all these different platforms and all these different medias, then you can say, is it love for me first? Does it help purify my body, my inner being? Does it feed me spiritually, energetically, emotionally, physically? Does it nurture me? Along with that other card. And should it be yellow, or should it be orange, or do I need a vast array, or do I need to just focus on one thing today, and that will purify my body? And don't get hung up on it, or we don't need to be hyper focused on it. The beautiful, maybe say brilliant, the beauty of it is that we get there's somebody else saying they're trying to come on. Although I see there's somebody else has found me now. So we'll trust that if people are meant to find us, they'll come and find us. And if not, they'll get it on replay. So it's all good. So if you're meant to come and get this purify my body message, then, you can ask about it, but you don't have to, as I say, be constantly like, oh, is it right? Is it this? Is it that? You ask, and you trust that you'll receive. You ask, and it is given. You ask, and your energy goes out to do it. Your unseen team takes care of it. Your higher self takes care of it. That's one of my cards, and my favorite color too. So there you go. And it's also about recognizing how precious you are, and that because you are precious, they want to help you. They want to give you those answers, and you don't have to try and constantly seek them. You just set the intention. You make that dot of intention. Okay, I want to purify my body. I want to make good choices. I want to love myself first. So help me to do that. So again, I don't know if you're able to go onto Facebook to help get somebody else to come on and find us, but if not, it's absolutely fine. I'm not going to touch anything. So card number 4, I'm going to look back and see what was the other one. It chose 3 and 6. Okay, so card number 4, which also adds to the message, is this beautiful green. So again, we're stacking up the colours of the rainbow, and again, I feel like I want to sing a song like I can sing a rainbow, you can sing a rainbow too, kind of thing. So some of you will be getting messages through these songs. And it looks like other people are finding us and joining us, but not commenting yet. So we'll see in the comments in a second. So green, again, is adding to this, and this is how to enliven and revitalise yourself with these, everything layering on top of one another and really help and support one another. This is how to support your nervous system. So you guys know, like we all know how good green is for us, how good nature is for us. We have a natural element charge. We have an affinity with nature. And, if you paint your walls green, or if you look out into a green garden, or you go out into a green space, when your nervous system is kind of, I want to say on fire, going back to when your nervous system, your nerves are jangled, or when you're stressed, or, give me a huge yes for that, or when something else has happened, and whatever kind of, if our emotions are overwhelming in any sort of a way, movement is great, and also movement and nature is a perfect combination. And we have also a natural element charge. So a lot of us like to go to water, or we like to go to forests, or we like to go hill walking, or something else. And sometimes, even if we live in a city, we might feel like, well, I can't just go up a hill, or I can't just go to a forest, or whatever. But I know people that go forest bathing in London, in parks, and you can go to, if you think about, is it Notting Hill, or one of these movies where they go into they unlock the gate and they go into there. Give me a yes for that. There's obviously an analogy there as well, that they go into like a private garden, and it's like a secret space, a sacred place. It's like somewhere that even in the midst of the city can be your private oasis, and we can all create that. So whether that's in your own garden, if you're lucky enough to have an own garden, which I know that you do have now, that you always wanted, and you manifested that with their help and with the help of your unseen team. So whether you ever had that before, or perhaps you've got a balcony, or perhaps you overlook, saying yes for that. Perhaps some of you, don't have that outside space, but you overlook green space, or you can go into meditation and connect with green space. You can go into meditation and, visualize a beautiful green space, or visualize a sacred space somewhere that you've been on earth that you really enjoyed. Like if you can imagine yourself, you go back to the yellow, if you imagine yourself on a beach and basking, imagine you were lying on a sun lounger, and you can almost feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, or the warmth of it on your back, and a smile comes across your face. And that, nature, imagining yourself, visualizing yourself being in nature, because visualizing, I think I posted a link in the comments on FB. We'll come back in a sec. Thank you. Thanks for going and checking that. That's lovely. So when you imagine yourself, your brain doesn't know the difference. Thank you. Your brain doesn't know the difference between whether you're actually there or whether you're virtually there. It's a virtual reality that you're creating. And again, you don't need AI. You just need the power of your mind. And again, imagination energy and your beautiful energy. And that's what so that can soothe your nervous system. But equally, if you can get outside physically and do it, that's even better. And this is card number 31. And did I look at I didn't look at the number. Sorry, folks, I didn't look at the number for the yellow. So thank you, brain, for reminding me about that. So 22 was the card of yellow. You can tell this is my first time doing it this way, although I'm used to doing it on Facebook. This is a new environment, so we're playing, we're enjoying. So, it's a bit like listen with mother or watch with mother back in the day, just like settle in and enjoy. So 22, which was the yellow message, and it was all yellow too. And for some of you who are watching this, you might want to go and Google the lyrics or listen to the Coldplay song Yellow, because I feel like there's a message in that for some of you. So whether that's for you, Marie, or anyone else who's watching or who's going to watch this on replay, if it's relevant, if it's true and important for you, if it's love for you first to do that, you'll get nudged, you'll get reminded, or you'll look at it and you'll go, oh yeah, that's for me. So let's see what the 22 is. And it says, you are at a crucial point in your journey which will help you understand the relationships and spiritual assignments that will support your growth. So we already had a relationship message from one of the others. And also that 22 is a number, it's a master number. And in fact, I also have another book here. So Here's one that I prepared earlier. Thanks, team, for reminding me to bring this one. So let's see what the master number is, because that's a really special number as well. And we want to add that to the messages, and we're getting a yes for that. So in numerology, 22 is the master number of the builder. It carries a special energetic essence, hence it is not added together to create a single digit. The number 22 is considered as one of the most powerful numbers, able to turn all dreams and desires into reality. So it's about making we talked earlier on about setting that dot of intention, and putting our intention out there and then forgetting it, like set it and forget it. And when you co-create with spirit, when you unite with spirit, when you unite with your unseen team and your soul family, with the creator, with source, with the universe, whatever you want to call it, and you get this 22 message, then this is saying that you are a powerful creator and you can make the invisible visible. And we're always making the invisible visible, because essentially the invisible is our thoughts, and we're broadcasting that out into the universe. And I'll come back to this in a second, but we're broadcasting that message out, and then the universe, and everything around us vibrationally on that frequency that we're sending out, we get that mirrored back to us. So whether that's things that we don't want and we think, ooh, why am I getting that? It's because energetically that's what you're sending out. When you send out the good things, when you send out the dreams, the desires, and that frequency, that love, and that love rather than fear, basically, then that's what's going to be mirrored back to us. The universe is going to love us back. And that's the evidence that you'll see all around you. So anyway, back to the master builder. The number 22 is considered as one of the most powerful numbers, able to turn all dreams and desires into reality. The number 22 is a number of precision and balance. In its full capacity, this number is the master builder, which means that it provides the power to achieve almost impossible things. The number 22 is associated with universal love and a message of peace and optimism. And again, I know this number came up for one of my clients this week in the immersive, and the immersive, the Flip the Script immersive, on a one-to-one basis. And even though things are challenging for that individual at present, and it's finding peace within that can be quite hard, but also recognizing there's beauty within that situation, there's beauty within those challenges, and we have the inner peace, and we have the inner wherewithal, that inner, when we calm our nervous system, when we do the things that are love for us first, and we do the things that are nurturing for us, like we've been talking about, that's what helps us flourish and thrive no matter the circumstances, because spirit have got our back, and spirit are putting their arms around us and loving us unconditionally. And that's what allows us to thrive in the most challenging of circumstances. So let me get the number, because I realized I hadn't done the number for the previous card, which was very, very important. And so let's do the 31 for the green and see how that adds to our nervous system message. And a lot of you, your nervous system will be calming, will be sort of going, breathing a sigh of relief just by listening to my voice, by watching this broadcast, by watching this replay. So just allow that as well and just enjoy. So 31. Saints and masters are working closely with your prayers and intentions at this time. And remember, we set that intention with that little prayer, with that little poem, with that little really short hymn at the beginning of the broadcast. So saints and masters are working closely with your prayers and intentions at this time. Know that they are doing their best to help you. So that's beautiful additional message to what we've already had. And I love that we're co-creating with them, and that we're all doing this together, and we're having fun. And that was the other intention that I set. And actually, I made that just talking about manifestations as well, and how you can help yourself. I found a beautiful image the other day from Abraham Hicks, the Conscious Collective, the Esther Hicks channels, and the message was, be in the energy of, wouldn't this be fun? Or, why wouldn't it all be fun, sort of thing? Wouldn't this be fun? And I've made that my screensaver on my phone. So I'm getting that visual reminder, I'm getting that constant reminder, and I'm reminding myself energetically, as well as, visually, as well as my eyes, and my physical body, if you like, I'm reminding myself, and I'm broadcasting that frequency out into the world as well of, oh, wouldn't this be fun? And so I'm letting things be fun and easier, giving me a yes for that than they would have been previously. So you can do that too. So, and that helps to add to the guidance, and it helps to give you that constant reminder as well if you need it. So card number 5, thank you, which is again a beautiful activation here of blue energy, and that's like the color of my higher self, because our higher selves and our guides have individual colors, or a lot of us see them as individual colors. And again, that's a topic, a subject for another day. That you might be able to see colors when you do meditations, when you do activations. If you've done some of mine, or I can share some of mine that we've done previously, getting a yes to do that, then that's what activates your healing power. That's what activates your inner guidance system, your inner GPS, because we all have healing power. As I say, we all have a higher self. She's part of us and we're part of her, or he, if you're watching this and you're male. If we are female or male, our higher selves are always female or male too. So activate your healing power, and it's like an explosion of energy. It's like a star combusting. And again, that goes back to the first, the message that we got first was that star energy, and thanking God for placing us in the heavens, like the star in the heavens. We're just as important, and we're just as capable of that, accessing and harnessing that energy. So you can see that beautiful energy there. And you can pause and look at the cards more on the replay afterwards as well, if that helps you as well, because for some of you might you're very visual, you might see something, that might kind of activate something within you just by looking at that image. So 37 says, the masters of manifestation are surrounding you and helping you create the life you have always dreamed of. And that's perfect, because, as I say, that's the intention that I've set for myself. My business is called Living Your Best Life Coaching. And not just my business, my passion, my purpose, my capability, my promise to history, if you like, is to help people live the best life, to help you enliven your life and live life to the fullest while you're here, at any time, at any age, with any, physical things that you've made in the past that you felt were blocks, or stumbling blocks to you having that. We can remove those. We can energetically blast through those, and that's what happens when you activate your own inner healing power, because it's not me doing something to you, it's me activating something that's already within you. And that's what that message is from that card, and again, a big yes for that. So you can see how we're stacking up and layering the colours and layering, as I say, the gifts here. So that was card number 5. So this is number 6, which was your other one, Marie. And again, it's a really lovely companion card to that. It's a partner really for that, isn't it? Because this is, so again, more stars, more kind of universal magic. And it's indigo, improve your vision. So again, what we're doing here is we've activated the healing power with this card, and we've did the number for that. And with this one, which is a 40, the energy of 4, then this is, we're activating a specific, clairvoyance is clear seeing, a specific ability, we have seeing, hearing, feeling, sensing, a specific way of receiving guidance, and channeling guidance. So improve your vision and we talked already about making the invisible visible. So making our thoughts visible and broadcasting those out into the universe. And then that's what makes you manifest your experience, good, bad, or indifferent, good, bad, or ugly. We're always doing that. So we want to improve our vision. We want to improve our frequency that we're broadcasting, and we want to improve our experience by doing that. And so for some of you, when you work with someone like me, who's an energetic master, who can help you activate what's already within you and help you enhance your energetic prowess that you already have, like you're seeing, hearing, feeling, sensing, knowing, your innate abilities and gifts and capabilities, then you heighten all of your senses. When you work on one and focus on one, you can heighten them all without having necessarily to to work on them all individually just by focusing on one and focusing on the one that's most innate to you and natural to you, you actually increase them all. So let's see and increase the likelihood of you manifesting your dreams, like we got with that master builder number earlier on, the 22. So this is a 40, which says, and it's a nice simple one, God and angels are with you now, have no fear. And that's what we're talking about, because I help people to do something called the releasing process, or the believe releasing process, with the help of your higher self and your unseen team, where you change, rather than having to go to, say, a therapist or a counsellor or do things over years and years and years. We do it rapid. We do it rapid transformation, and we change from your beliefs from love to fear. And that's what helps you flip the script. That's what helps you do the impossible, or the seemingly impossible. That's what helps you create magic and manifest magic. So improving your vision, and just knowing that, as we've said all throughout, that we're co-creating with spirit, that we're co-creating with source, we're co-creating, with God, with the angels, with the ascended masters, and we all have the abilities to do that. Not just somebody who's special or who's trained for years. You can do that when you focus, when you tune, when you set your intention and your attention. You put your intention and attention on that, and you energetically add to that as well. And you tune into love for you first, and you nurture yourself and do all of these things, then, like as I said, magic is possible. So card number 7, which is a very spiritual number as well, and actually it's a 45, so that's very apt for you, because I know you were getting 45s and 9s earlier in the week, Marie. So again, adding to that message that you've already tuned into is Violet. And again, a bit like the crocus one earlier on, we've got the underside of a flower here with like a torch being shown underneath it and showing all the beautiful petals, all the beautiful, normally we look down into a flower, or we look at a flower. I've got flowers in a vase in front of me here. We're looking at them, from a certain angle, but you get to look at them from all angles and from all perspectives, and you get to look at life from all perspectives. And it's create a balanced life. And that's exactly what we've been talking about all the way through, is creating that balance and that harmony, that ease and that flow. And when we do all the things that we've suggested already, and when we enliven ourselves, and when we recognize our own make and model, we follow our rhythm, we follow our nervous system, we honor our nervous system, and we make those good choices that we've spoken about, then that's what helps you create a balanced, harmonious life and live that life of harmonious living. So 45, which, as we say, adds up to a 9, which is beginnings and endings. It says, Archangel Michael and the other archangels are standing with you in solidarity and strength. And of course, that's perfect for those of us who are already in the Flip the Script Collective, who have already signed up to the Flip the Script Collective, because Archangel Michael is like not just our poster boy, he's like our go-to angel, and he often manifests as George Michael, and he's like a representative of Archangel. He was, in life, in that creative, that genius flow, creator energy, that musical genius, that all the creations and the things that he created, all the beautiful songs, the beautiful messages, and the beautiful message of love that he created here. And then he's gone on to do that on a much wider scale since he's transitioned. He's gone on to do that on a not just a worldwide stage, but like a universal stage, a multiversal stage, if you like. And he's helping us to do that as well. So I love that message for creating a balanced life, is by tuning into Archangel Michael. And again, some of you might get guidance through him and start to get that on a daily basis. And if you do, then think about becoming part of the Flip the Script Collective crew, because that's a little nudge for you. And so finally, I'm bringing it all together, is the energy of number 8, which is that unity, harmony, infinity, the 8 symbol, which, if you're in the Facebook group, the Soul Living Your Best Life Soul Family, and I'll put the links here afterwards, you will have seen that post today, which was talking about the going from, talk about the loops that we get stuck in, and going from the unconscious loop where we're in that victim mode and victim and blaming and getting stuck in that particular loop. And then when you bring that into your awareness and you make a different choice, and you're aware that you have a different choice, because awareness always brings choice, then you can step into the conscious creating loop and the compassion, the love for you first, and the letting go of blame, and letting go of needing to be the victim, or making somebody else the villain, and us being the victim. That's being part of the drama triangle, and we want to let go of that. So that 8, and when we choose the harmony, we choose the balanced life that we just had, then and everything that we've been leading up to, that we've been talking to, that's when we really can co-create, and that's when we can harmonize, and we can just live a beautiful balanced life. And actually, we haven't looked at the message here, and it's connect to spirit and nature, and it's also number 1. So it's that very powerful, like, I am energy. Looking out for number 1, looking out for love for you first, and putting ourselves first. And let us see what the message is here from the angels to add to that, because it's about connecting with spirit, which is everything we've been talking about, being inspired and and realizing that we inspire them as well. It's not just one way, because remember, this is a two-way communication. It's a two-way street here. So spirit need us, because they haven't been physical, or most of them haven't been physical. Yes, if you're like George Michael, or somebody who was a notorious guide, an infamous person in life, and has gone on to be even more notorious and infamous in the afterlife. A bit like Prince's song, Let's Go Crazy, in the afterlife, I've distracted myself there, diverted myself there. But a bit like them, the ones who haven't lived it, so the ones that are archangels or are higher selves, have never been here in physical. They never made it to physical. That's another story for another day as well. But, they want to know what it's like to be physical. These ascended masters want to know what it's like to be a human, because they're trying to help us as best they can, but they've never walked a mile in our shoes. So they want to know, what is it actually like to be human, and how can I help you more, and how can you inspire me by how you overcome the challenges and the things that you suffer from, or overcome. So that's inspiring to them as well, and it helps them to help us, and vice versa. So that's that 8, and that harmony, and that sort of continuous loop on a positive, empowered front. And say the energy of number 1, which is what we're coming to with this, and then we'll just do a quick wrap up, says the universal life force within you is calling for your attention. And that's what we've been talking about, what we put our attention and intention on. And we want to set our intention to put our attention on connecting with spirit and nature, harmonizing, going back to the prayer that we started with. And I'm going to end on that as well, I think, once I've done a recap. Connect to spirit and nature, realizing that, putting yourself first, prioritizing yourself, putting love for you first is not selfish. It's the most selfless thing that you can do, because the more that you tune into what's loving for you, the more you'll make those loving decisions and loving choices for others, and you flow that to them, and they give me a yes for this. You broadcast that out. You energetically invite people to join you in that energy, to make those decisions for themselves too, because we can't fix other people or live their lives for them, or much as we want to, much as we would love to. They've got to go through and grow through their own challenges. So if you're a mum, we can't do it for our children. We can just give them the tools and the technology. I want to say the tools and the tips and the love and the upbringing to set them free, and for them to live their own life, and that, what is it they say, like, kind of roots to grow and wings to fly, and you prepare them, and then you let them go with love, and you send them out of the nest, and then you're like a proud mum when you see them thriving and flourishing. So that's really what all of this is about. So card number 1, just for the recap, was red, free yourself from pain, and that was the energy of 2. So that was the first invitation to co-create with spirit and collaborate with spirit. And then card number 2 was orange, and that was nurture yourself. So that was all about, remember, feeding ourselves emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, what we choose to accept in our feed, whether that's algorithms or the algorithm of life, if you like. Got to choose carefully, choose wisely, and choose from love for you first, what you feed yourself and what you put your attention and attention on. And then card number 3 was the yellow, purify your body and treat yourself like that beautiful saffron in the middle of the crocus, and focus on that. And that was the 22. So that was the master builder. So again, all building onto the previous messages. Card number 3 was revitalize your nervous system. So again, getting out in nature or creating that energetic virtual green space if you need to do that with your imagination energy. And that helps your nervous system. As I say, your nervous system doesn't know whether it's real or imagined. It still feels the revitalization. It feels the soothing. You picture when you go into a meditation and you picture yourself in a green space surrounded by green in a jungle or a forest or whatever, you can feel yourself calming down. You can feel your cells calming down, just by, revitalizing the nervous system, doing it that way. Card number 5 was the blue, that explosion and activating your healing power, which we talked about at length. Card number 6 was indigo, improve your vision. So again, we've all got the hearing, seeing, feeling, sensing, knowing, our natural innate abilities or innate ways of receiving. So vision is just one of them. That, clairvoyance is just one of them. And it's also about, yes, it's about energetically doing that and enhancing those senses. And it's also about improving your focus, improving, making the invisible visible in the manifestations. When you improve your vision, when you improve your attention, then that's what makes, the signs and the synchronicities and everything else visible around you. Then violet was create a balanced life. And also that was the energy of, it was 45, but also 9, which is beginnings and endings. So some things have to end in order for the life we want to begin. So that's a little additional message for that one. And then the rainbow, connect to spirit and nature. Like we say, harmonize, reunite with spirit and nature. And on that front, I'm just going to, let's just finish again with this, and getting a yes to do that, with this little prayer and hymn that we started with and poem that we started with. You can call it what you like. It doesn't really matter. It's the intention, it's the focus, it's the love. So it is, God who put the stars in space, who made the world we share, in his making made a place for me and put me here. Thank you, God, for stars in space and for the world we share. Thank you for my special place to love and serve you here. So some of you, whilst you've been listening and watching this, will have reconnected with a special place. You may do it in dreams, you may do it in poetry and song and some other way. You may receive it through, visuals of it, through your Facebook feed or through the radio, through the TV or through some other, media that you consume. And again, it will be on that positive, uplifting front. It will be the vision made visible that we want to see, because we've, set that intention by hearing those words and repeating those words and receiving that inspiration. So thank you, me, for receiving the inspiration, me and my team, my higher self, my unseen team, for inviting me to play. Thank you for accepting the invitation, for sending it and co-creating it as well, because, as I say, consciously or unconsciously, your energy has been asking me to do this for a while, and I've just now answered. So we're going to, we'll see what else we do. This is the first of many. So I will be sharing much more on YouTube, and broadcasting more here. A lot of it will be spontaneous. I'd love to say it'll be regular. Well, the Sunday nights will be regular. Other things will be spontaneous, because that's how I work. That's how I work best. So some of the things will be irregular, some will be regular. But let's get excited about that. And if there's things you would like to see, then when you've watched the replay, you can comment and let me know what that I've talked about. Would you like to know more of? Would you like to hear more about? Would you like me to do a not an extended episode, but do a short episode on? So ask me questions, let me know, and then I can respond to the questions, and we can respond to the ones that you're asking, physically and visually, rather than just the ones that you're asking energetically. So thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you for watching the replay. Thank you, whatever time and space reality you're in when you find this, because it finds you, because there's a message here that you need, that you've energetically asked for, and these messages are the response from spirit. So trust in that, and have a fantastic week ahead. I will go and post the link for anybody who was trying to find me, and we'll trust that the right people will receive this in perfect divine timing, because that's the way this magic works. So I will see you again soon. Lots of love. Bye for now. End stream.